It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle, and we just heard it, and that means it's time for football at Lumen Field. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Seattle Seahawks. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll start here with Jackson. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they've played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, and when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now they have to down-focus their thoughts about getting home field advantage and finishing unbeaten, and they need to make sure they keep it in that order.
They run on first down with Jackson. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
The slot man in motion right. Looking to throw on second down. Gannon, he's going deep for Brown. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
On third down, Gannon. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That goes as a gain of 36 on third down. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a handoff inside. It's Jackson. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His 25th touchdown. Tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Raiders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Throwing to start the drive. Wilson steps away to his left. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Raiders are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. So with that pick, Charles, I mean, now they score here. You feel like they're really in the catbird seat in the first quarter.
Yeah, they certainly are, but think about it from the other side. They came into this game thinking they've got to keep up with their opponents. And after being down a score, what's one way to get it done? Fire right back at them. They took the shot. Didn't pay off at all.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A great effort there with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Seahawks. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good...
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. Doing it again with his third touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it 21-8. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
Now a first down throw complete downfield. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Gannon. Flushed out. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Off the play fake. Gannon. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
After the interception, here's Wilson. He's got a man, complete. Past the 20, and all the way in. touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 21-15 game. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
197 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. On 1st and 10, Gannon. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now a give, it's Jackson. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Back to throw. Gannon. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. Here's the Raiders punter now. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. #3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the #1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there.
They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Push him back.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, Charles, as a defender yourself who made a few of those plays back in your day, I know you know there's no better feeling than a pick 6 for a defender.
And the big thing is when you take it and you realize you're out there and you've got a great chance to score, not to get overexcited and have one of the yard lines trip you up, or the turf monster, as we used to call it, knock you down before you get to the end zone. That didn't happen on that play. He carried it home.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick 6. Man open downfield, it's Metcalf. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now it's Wilson. That's complete to John Ross. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. The Seahawks at 8-2 on the year, and they have certainly got it rolling as of late, winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here, and if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason, and we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
Throwing again here, Wilson. And the ball is knocked out, and the Raiders pick it up. 20. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. Extra point attempt to follow here. I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track? He's got a man, complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. To throw is Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he's got some space here. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Play action. It's Wilson. Steps away. And it's intercepted at the goal line. There he goes, right side. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? But can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
Second down, another carry for Jackson. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 212 yards rushing for him now on the afternoon as he just continues to pummel this defense.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Jackson will score. Touchdown, Raiders. So how about the season, Charles, that he continues to put together? That's now 25 rushing touchdowns on the year. That's getting into some very rarefied territory.
Yeah, it made you and I do a little extra homework prior to this one in anticipation because that one moves him past John Riggins with 24. He draws even with Emmitt Smith, who had 25 in 1995. Next up, Priest Holmes and Sean Alexander with 27. And the guy on top, LT, LaDainian Tomlinson, the Hall of Famer, he had 28 in 2006.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something
Heads up
to make it pass. And that's what they have to do.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
A pretty good-looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Alexander. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Up the middle they go. Alexander. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
At the 8-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Return up. Let's get that ball. Let's get that ball.
On 2nd down, it's Alexander. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Wilson. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
They'll try and run for it. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. To throw on 2nd down, Gannon. And the pass complete to Waller on the out route. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. Looking to throw. Gannon. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Now Wilson on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
On second down now, it's Alexander, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. They go play action with Wilson. Throwing left side, it's complete. They'll run on first down. Alexander. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Alexander. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson to throw. Buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Now it's Wilson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run with Lynch. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll try again. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the campaign and 4th overall. And the Seahawks are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. There's a fast release by Wilson out to the flat. And he's brought down. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. To throw on 3rd down. Gannon. This is caught. It's Brown. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Jackson as he'll stay on the ground. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Slot man moves right. From the gun on third down. Gannon. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. 2nd and 10 now. Wilson. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On first down, Alexander. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Play action. Now Wilson on the move to his left. And this one is incomplete.
Now, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
On third down, Wilson. And my goodness, another interception.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. 32 yards. And the Raiders are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 12, Wilson. And now here is another interception. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run again with Jackson. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. On the give, here comes Jackson. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense up.
Touchdown, Raiders! A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And now once again, the Raiders are going to go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes has a way of catching up with you.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing is Wilson.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Now Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And my goodness, another interception. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock. And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
The slot man in motion right. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Again, they'll pound it with Lynch. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
Getting the call, Lynch running left. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And here's a diving catch made behind the line of scrimmage. It's a big play there for Seattle. And even 50 yards after the big play. A chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Returning right back to Lockett.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And that'll cut the lead down to 26. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Las Vegas, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, it's a loss that could hurt them come playoff seeding time as they drop to 8-3. There, they'll look to regroup next week as they head to LA to take on the Rams. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.